Central. It's myself, Big Ev, Clemmer, we got Dukes, and we have Meek.
Look at the new graphic. That's cool.
Oh.
I like that.
Look at that.
Looks
Oh,
sharp.
and look who's in first. Whew.
Ooh. Marty Mush.
Shout out to DraftKings, our sponsor, the best sportsbook in the world. The NBA Cup is here. You can win big getting in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. I want to say something about that real fast. Everyone's like, oh, like why are these courts really going to make us watch it? You tweeting about it is what exactly they want, and that is working for them. The Cup, us talking about the Cup, is what makes it work for them. We'll talk about it right after this, but all 30 teams split into 6 groups every Tuesday and Friday, playing for the right to advance in a single elimination in-season tourney, culminating in the NBA Cup Championship in Vegas. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like picking how many points your favorite player will have. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. Yesterday I had Steph, his points. That was fantastic. I also had Jalen Duran?
Yeah.
Over 9.5 rebounds yesterday. So, and
I also say King of the Court's back, at least for today.
King of the Court
Today
is back on Wednesdays.
Oh, my God. I didn't know that. This is fantastic. I love King of the Court.
Go do
it's
that
one of my favorite
today.
things.
Pick any guy, whatever spread you want. It could be a minus. You can lose it and somehow still win. I don't know how that would happen, but that's still a thing. First time here, something special just for you. New DraftKings customers. Bet $5, get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook. Every point counts. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code PICKCENTRAL. That's code PICKCENTRAL for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Today we will be taking calls, so I'm sure all of you will be very nice about Duke with me. We'll talk about that. I want to talk about that first so people don't get mad at me. Learning experience. Great college basketball game.
Very good game.
Dukes is jerking off.
What did I say? What did I say to you Monday night?
Yeah, that's
No. What did I say though?
he said you for your two biggest options, your two go-to options on offense being freshman is scary, and like it is. I said you guys would be top 5, top 10 all year long. But the one thing that scares me in the tournament that I don't have you guys winning it is because when your two go-to guys are freshmen, I do not trust that. So now counterpoint to that really quick. I think this is the perfect scenario for you. It's an amazing scenario because you learn from it. You better wipe that fucking.
It's just hilarious. Like yesterday, it was like, "There's no way we lose this game."
Yeah.
Listen,
24 hours later, it's a learning experience.
Yes.
It's so funny how
it's the Duke experience with Marty Mush.
I was wrong.
How the tune all of a sudden all of a sudden there's no way we lose to. You know what? It's even better that we lost.
It's the Duke experience with Marty Mush.
I can't believe we lost. To be honest, I can't believe we lost because also. We didn't play the school of the blind like Alabama. We played Kentucky, and when you shoot 18% from 3, literally 18% is god awful.
Bad.
It's also
Bad.
It's also like the tournaments itself. Like the fact that they use different balls in these tournaments. Like every single tournament,
that is crazy.
Like the fact that the NBA has one ball and college basketball doesn't is crazy. But overall, all 3 teams besides Kentucky shot like shit. So it wasn't just a Duke thing.
Kentucky also ended up shooting I think 40% from 3, but which is great. But
Brea didn't get going. Jackson Robinson didn't get going.
They started 5 for 5, but then they went 2 for 10 from 3 after that. But no, listen, I was wrong. They were up 9.5. I thought I felt good about it, and then all of a sudden, this is what pissed me off. This Cooper Flag stuff. The man. When it came down to it, we're down 2 with 1 minute and 45 seconds left. He hits an N1 amazing shot. He still was 26 points. What's going on? Why do you keep showing this?
I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to change to Clemmer's face.
It was he had a great game. It's just unfortunate that
2 turnovers at the end.
And getting bullied for the rebound was tough. I think going back.
We weren't gonna get that.
No. But going back-to-back turnovers, and them missing, you would have a chance, and then he doesn't get the rebound. If he gets the rebound, they're down 3 with the ball. Like the fact that he goes turnover. That like when the chips are all in, he went turnover, and then even had like a chance to sort of redeem himself and gets dummied by a guy like 6 inches short of them for a rebound.
4 seconds left with no timeouts.
But you're down 3. Like him missing that free throw was what it gave you like an opening. To not get the rebound was. It was to have that sequence of those 3 things happen consecutively in the last minute and a half.
Ev, can I say what was more glaring to me than even going out of bounds in the final possession or missing the shot possession before? The one thing that stood out to me more than anything was that when Duke needed to bring the ball up, Cooper Flagg didn't know if he should get it or not. That was glaring to me. Like he was, it wasn't like give me the ball. It was. Who's getting it? And then he's like, "Oh fuck, that's me. I'm the guy."
That's just wrong. That's wrong. I know what happened. I know exactly. No, he's wrong.
Interesting point.
It's an interesting point. It's an interesting point.
Your star player number 1 picture be like, "No, that's my ball."
No, it's not that. It's because you guys is fucking. It's amazing how happy they get after.
I'm not happy.
I'm
not happy.
Smiling.
He's laughing at me.
This isn't a Duke thing for me. It's more. I like seeing your tires spin.
My tires spin because he's not the point guard. That's why he didn't get. He knew he was going to get the ball.
No, I know that. He knew he was going to
get the ball, but he did bring up. If you watch the second half of the game, he was bringing up the ball himself.
So do you know Miami Heat 2012, right? Who was the point guard?
But this is
Mario Chalmers. Do you think he's bringing up the ball?
This is college basketball. He knew he was going to get the ball anyway, and he did get the ball. He still went and got it. And listen,
and dumped his pants.
This is a fantastic thing to happen to us. You don't want to be winning your best games in November. You don't want that. And listen, I'll tell you what.
I mean, you don't want to be losing.
I think Mark Pope coached a great second half. He flipped it on Malawak, and Malawak was kind of getting dummied. And then also Malawak, he was Conklin was not good.
He was attacking Kobe Bryant, my guy from Dayton, in the first half. He was eating.
Yeah, no, and also the Kentucky's very physical. They are very physical.
Duke was actually physical with them in the first half, and then Kentucky just completely flipped it on their head.
They flipped. What I just said. They changed their lineup completely on Duke, and Malawak couldn't help anything. He also, what's with the cramps?
You got a problem if he's out of the games.
No. No, we don't.
I think so. I don't think Malik Brown's the answer.
He's not the answer, but Malawak is sometimes a defensive disaster.
Ryan Young's not walking through that door.
Did I tell you I got fucked up with Ryan Young in Florida?
Don't switch the topic right now.
That was a random. It was just a random.
No, I'm kidding.
Isn't that a random?
It is.
I walked into a bar in Delray. Ryan Young was there.
That's crazy.
And we got blasted. I was like, this is a crazy coincidence.
That's crazy.
But yeah, listen, it's a. Everyone can have their fun with me now. Kentucky will lose in the first round again, like they have the past 3 years.
I don't know about that.
They haven't done that the past 3 years.
Come on, Marty. You know that's different. It's different.
That's Coach Cal.
Yeah.
I think
that's fair.
My point is that this is. I think you were seeing the fruits of a new coach coaching this team, a more veteran team that's not so hung up on like one and dones. And listen, Cal had brought in some guys. He brought in Shebway and some of these guys, but I think you just saw like the adjustments that were made at halftime, like you talked about. Coach Cal never made those. He's not like an X's and O's guy. He's I get the Jimmies and Joes in, and they play for me.
Yeah,
I think Pope is a guy that's actually can like make adjustments, make the team better. And I like some of the guys, but like Lamont Butler, like a point guard for a team that's went to a national title game. They brought in some like big time guys. He brings in Robinson, his guy from BYU, that's a shooter.
Duke brought in a national champion.
Like I'm saying, I think he brought in some like good pieces, like Amari Williams, like what is it, Drexel, big guy Drexel.
Yeah.
Like he brought in some like dominant guys like that from smaller schools, and try to piece them all together and play their role.
Yeah. Can I touch on that really quick?
It is like to me.
By the way, Mark Pope, has he ever gotten in the second round? I don't think he has.
He's at BYU.
He's at BYU
like,
though.
It's such a different.
I know, but
they all belong.
That's why that was the biggest concern though about Mark Pope coming to Kentucky was that he always had a top defensive efficiency, offensive efficiency, he had good flow. But the Kentucky people were like, well, what's the upgrade here? His offensive sets in at a school like Kentucky, and like what he can bring to a school like Kentucky. I think he's going to
But my only point is this: is you can't say, "Oh, it's Coach Cal is the reason to get past the first round," when the guy that brought in has never got past the first round. That's all. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there.
But it's like you can't compare in Kentucky and like BYU.
Yeah.
I understand that, but we need Mark Pope to get to the second round before we can start saying
for sure.
I don't think we do. I don't think we need to say he's a better coach.
Do.
You do.
You're not a better coach. That's all I'm saying.
You definitely
You can't say that.
The talent in the world. And he can't be like St. Peter's with like a million times.
Yeah, but now, but like now he has his chance to Kentucky to get.
Yes. Maybe he will.
He has 3 years to do it.
He's good to get past the second round. Yeah,
No,
first round.
I think 2. Yeah, I think 2 to 3 years for sure.
They're gonna. I think they're gonna do well this
until
year.
like it's a narrative at Kentucky. I think if he does get to the second round this year, it's a narrative.
If he loses in the first round this year,
I just want to touch. I want to touch on something really quick.
2 more years of like Kentucky fans waiting around.
We're not going to fire him.
Mark Pope.
No. It's more of like the narrative. Like,
they watch Coach Cal get embarrassed every fucking year. It feels like.
No, that's why he needs.
Like he can't even win a first round game. Like he's atrocious.
Mark Pope also he doesn't want Kentucky is the type of school where you have to win the offseason as well. Not just on the court. You have to get like the top recruits, and that's why a lot of Kentucky fans were mad about Mark Pope. What Mark Pope did is told all of them to go fuck themselves. He brings in his guys. He brings in veterans. He brings in guys that he thinks will fit his system. He's not going to go after the 9th overall player in the country just because he's the 9th overall player in the country, according to ESPN. He's going to bring in a guy that maybe is 24th and can fit into his system, a guy that's coming in from a different school that fits into his system. And you saw him play against a school like Duke that brought in the top recruits, and he had his guys, and he was able to compete with them and beat them. So I think that spoke levels to the confidence that Kentucky should have going in.
No, but that's.
I think that was well said. That's how I feel as well.
Dick out of your mouth for 1 second, but it's.
I love Mark Pope. I think he's one of the top 10 coaches in the country.
It's just like it's crazy. Just one game, he's just gonna. Let's see what he does. He's doing great, right? So far, he's doing great.
So Duke's 2 best players are freshmen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys really believe, and I don't think you do, that the team we're seeing in November is the same team you're going to see in March?
No, and I don't think that's the same thing.
Well, you're going to see those freshmen have a much higher ceiling and will,
way better.
in theory, should improve. Now, if they don't, then that's on the coach. But they should improve greatly between now and March.
Yes, but it's also like in college basketball, veterans guards kind of get it done.
We have veteran guards. That's what you're missing.
No, I agree.
But that's what everyone's missing.
Everyone's
saying that we don't have veteran guards. We have a guy who's we have a junior that's our point guard. We have a sophomore now that is also our other guard. We have a transfers that are all seniors. Like, we have veterans too. It's not a one and done team.
Who's Duke's next team?
But where was
next matchup? Next game. Excuse me.
It's a shitty team, and then I think we have Arizona.
But where was that calming presence last night? Like, out of the veteran guards.
Tyrese Proctor played a great first half, and then he just kind of sucked in the second half.
See, that's not what I'm saying though. I'm saying like in the crunch time, in the 5 minutes, when Kentucky was bringing that blitz, when it felt like, oh my God, this is all Kentucky right now. Where was that veteran presence, that calming presence in the backcourt with those veteran guards? That was a concern to me.
But let me tell you one thing. No, but Tyrese Proctor was still he's still there doing that, and I think that the worst part is Malawak did get hurt, and then Sion James, who was playing great, got hurt. Why do you guys keep showing the same fucking thing?
That was him. And by him,
he can only troll. He doesn't know anything else.
Nothing else.
He wears a Gengar sweatshirt.
It's a cool Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean,
show it off. This is the guy that's driving Marty crazy.
I just think that I'm okay. Everyone can, not you guys, but everyone can jump on Duke. I say a lot of things on Twitter. I'll never take it back. I don't care. It's a third game. Should have won that game. But I think you can take a lot from a loss. Truly. I think that you shot 18%. The other team shot 40% from 3. You lost by 3 points. 4 points.
The game moved too fast for a flag at the end. And you know why that happened? Because he said, I think it did. He self-destructed, which is fine.
That's not saying he moved too fast is stupid because he had 26 points.
No, the last 2 minutes. I'm saying just those last 2 minutes, the game went past him. But that happens with young players. I don't think it went past
him. I think that he needs to look. Like, they did an ISO for him, which I didn't love. I don't love it just being ISO. I think that they should still be moving around because he's a good passer. Look for Knuppel. Look for somebody else. The first time ISO, fine. Second time ISO, I didn't love.
It felt like he didn't really have a plan.
It was just one-on-one.
It felt
It felt chaos. It felt like the game was moving too fast for him.
He kind of got the ball and he didn't really know what to do.
It was the second guy.
He didn't have like a move or like something like this is like my bread and butter.
It was classic freshman on campus for the first 3 months, doesn't know what to do.
No, but he has
That's what it was.
Doesn't know what to do in bed, doesn't know what to do on the court.
He has
He'll figure it out, though.
He has a strong offensive arsenal. Like when I say like he has moves, I just think in that moment he didn't have like his.
I'm gonna untuck your shirt.
Completely agree.
I'm gonna untuck your shirt.
Oh no.
Go out there and untuck.
He looks handsome.
I look like a Cameron Crazy right now.
He looks like
you look like a Kentucky guy too. They all look the
or
same
Duke
as well.
probably. Kentucky's got a little
He's got
more.
the shirt tucked in. He's more Duke.
Yeah, that's
Kentucky's
more
more fat, honestly.
Yeah, Kentucky's got a little more character. To
Girth, no character.
1 minute. 1 minute. I want to ask you guys this question. I had this tweet last night. I think Con Knuppel is
a
more
lower
of a
medium
Kentucky
income.
guy. Do you think Con Knuppel when you see him is more Duke or Kentucky?
What do you say?
Do you think Con Knuppel is more Duke or Kentucky?
Oh, that's an easy answer.
I think
Kentucky.
I think Kentucky.
I think he's so much more. I mean, he also not to even throw shade because of everything that's going on. He literally looks like Kyle Singler.
Oh yeah.
Like in the face. Like I'm not trying to throw shade. I know he's kind of been in the public eye right now.
Well, sad.
No disrespect to Kyle Singler.
Kyle Singler's also
I'm
more-
saying literally in the face. Their faces look very similar.
I hope Singler's okay, but he also is Kentucky to me. Like a 90s Kentucky guy.
He is because he's from,
a little bit,
I'm pretty
yeah.
Sure this guy's from like Wisconsin. I'm pretty sure he's from Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin.
So it's like he's
Yeah.
a southern guy that's like not southern, but whatever you mean.
I know.
Con Knuppel is a crazy.
I know what you're
name.
gonna say. Don't.
You know what I mean. Don't jump on me for southern, please. You know what I mean, assholes. Oh, but just the Cooper Cup, he had a flag. The Cooper is a tough.
It's hard.
It's tough.
There's a lot of.
He had a plan. He just is doing a spin move, and then all of a sudden, two people are covering him, and then it did the same thing. That's just
But then the second one,
same exact thing happened. That's
that
what
way it
I'm
was a
saying.
double team. He kind of just lost his drill basically.
He's gonna figure it out. The mistakes he made yesterday, he's not gonna make in 3, 4, 5 months. I don't believe
Other
that.
You hope
people's have
not.
I don't think because you saw the talent was that it was the best game he had played.
He was the best player on the floor. Like,
Best
there's
player,
no,
best player on the
like
floor.
denying that.
He was the best game he's played. He's getting better. You can see it. And I know Marty disagrees. That's fine. The game sped out for him at the end, which happens to young players. But you know what happens in 3 months? It won't happen. You know, then he'll be able to catch up to. He'll be able to figure it out. It's experience. It takes time. It wasn't great. It was a bad loss.
It's his first adversity I think he's ever had in his life.
Well, I was gonna say that because even in high school, like all his teammates are literally all 5 stars.
He didn't lose a game.
So there's never it's crazy to think that you could make an argument that like his last year the starting 5 of his high school team might be better than like Duke's starting 5.
Yeah, I don't. It's
Like Derek Queen and McNeely, like these guys are also lighting it up. They're like the best players on their teams.
No, yeah, no, but
Look at the best player on Maryland, the best player on arguably the best player on UConn, one of them at least for sure. Like he had just littered with like 5 stars.
It's nice to have him have a little adversity now, where it's like you're not the best at everything. You are the best at everything, but it's like, hey, you now have the public eye shitting on you for the turnover. Dealing with that
Turnovers.
Yep. But let's see. But you know what, Marty? Let's see how he comes back from that.
That was
I am
also
bigger than my problems.
Kirk Carissa seemed like he read your blog.
What?
Kirk Carissa seemed like he read your blog.
Kirk Carissa definitely read my blog. And second of all,
Good game.
Good game.
What you won?
How many points did he have?
I think. What do you have? A 6?
6.
I think he's.
He's also like a 6 man.
Exactly why he's a loser.
I think he's
like
a great
that's not
president.
like
Sitting in the back saying Cooper Flag dominated.
Cooper Flag. I said he was the best player on the court.
Saying something about Cooper Flag, and Cooper Flag did everything.
He was the best player on the court, no doubt.
And then Kirk Carissa missed wide open shots. He stinks.
I think he's good. I think he's a great presence. Yeah, I think
he's like a classic. I think he's like a good 6 man. He's a good 6
He's not
man.
even a 6 man. He's like 7 or 8.
Splitting hairs, I guess, but I mean, he's got a lot of minutes off the bench.
Yeah, 6 points. I could score 6 points.
I don't know if he could. I don't think.
I don't want to count him out.
No, we can't.
He annoys me. He's so dumb, but yet he is really good at. He's a good athlete. So you can't.
Stop it. If he played Kirk Carissa's minutes last night, Marty has 0 points.
No, but he didn't say that.
it.
He didn't say that. He said I could score 6 points. I think he meant like in the whole game.
He gets a rebound.
I don't know. Marty does stupid.
We can't turn this into a.
Very frustrating with him.
We're not turning this into it.
He did get base hits off.
I got a video coming out.
Yes, but he played that sport.
I know.
A video coming
also
out against
different.
Terrence Ross coming out soon.
He returned that serve in the tennis thing too.
How much eligibility do you have left?
From Duke.
0.
Time out. I have to rebuttal this.
Uh-oh.
The thing is, though, in this situation, that's just being like, can Marty hit a 3-pointer in like the same kind of but with no defense or anything.
No, there is defense on me.
If you're playing a baseball,
there's even a video coming out of me playing a basketball player, an NBA player, and he played defense on me.
But in the tennis serve, you'd have to win the point. Do you think you could win a point?
Do I
See what
think
I'm
I could win a
saying?
point? Yeah, I think eventually I could win a point.
But he was also going against the best
I was the
tennis
best
player in the world as
all
opposed to
time.
college players.
No.
he lost immediately
I think
after.
what he's saying is that like he's able to return it, but like in theory, his return like he's just smacking it back in Marty's face. I think that's what he's.
Yeah, but this
essentially
is also
saying.
just like
Baseball
me
with
shooting
the
a three.
fielder.
I'm not saying not
I
impressive.
think he could with the
I
fielders
could shoot a
anyways.
3.
But could you when they guard you? I think.
Yeah,
it's
of course I can.
Yeah, I think that's crazy.
I
I
it's
think
up for debate.
basketball is the easiest one to get something like this done in any other sport.
I think if Kirk Carissa knew that you were trying to
I
get a
would-
3-pointer, he'd be all up in your ass.
I would tell Kirk Carissa right now I could score on him easily. He's like also like 5'9".
Easily. Dial back the easily.
He's like 6 foot.
You're like 6 foot.
I'm like 6'3".
Really?
No, Marty's tall. Marty's taller than I am. I'm almost 6. I'm 6'2", and Marty's taller than me. By, you're
You're like 6'2", 6'3".
no, you're at least, I would say you're at least 6'3".
This is listing him as you guys are basically like the same. He's listing him as 6'3" as well.
Yeah, so he's 6'1", 6
Do you guys
foot.
want to do a height match? You want to just stand up and line up against each other?
Back to
All
back.
right, that's.
But you're having a rough day today, buddy. This is,
I mean, I'm
it's
suggesting something for the show.
it's not every day is your day. It's all right. You had a tough one this morning before the show too. It's all right.
Here I am suggesting ideas.
Anything
and-
else, Duke? Before I move on.
I just touch on Nova really quick.
Well, I want Kansas first.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk on
Why
Nova.
is Michigan
Nova
State in this classic? They stink.
Because they invented it, but it's still bullshit.
And they weirdly they did hang around though.
Yeah.
They should have covered honestly, but they hung around. They impressed me to a point.
Jack Mack.
They were better than I thought they would be.
Nova is they should fire him now. Not even kidding.
Oh, Nova's an embarrassment. That's
Really
it.
fire him now.
What a fall from grace. I mean, they're not even a top 3 team in their own city.
No,
They're a joke.
they're a joke. He should be fired.
St. Joe's is just like better than them. Like that wasn't some
2 years in a
fluke.
row. 2 years.
That
in a row.
wasn't some fluke.
No.
He was to Columbia and fucking St. Joe's.
St.
Yeah.
Joe's is going through. Like, they're
What a
talented, but their coach
disaster.
sucks.
St. Joe's is not that good this year.
That's
but
a-
you're
what
a
gonna be-
disaster.
They're fine.
Like, talent-wise, they were supposed to be top 3.
Their guards are
conference.
good.
Yeah, like,
Let me ask you a question. I actually thought this was a good tweet by Jack. Kind of ironic people will criticize college basketball due to increase in players leaving early, resulting in continuation in the sport compared to others. I feel like that's correct, right?
Totally.
Yeah. All right.
But then a guy like Hunter Dickinson sticks around, or like a Kirk Carissa or somebody else, and gets clowned for it.
I don't think you should get clowned for it at all.
What? No, but he. I mean,
He's
does.
the tweet. He's right.
Oh, yeah.
That definitely is a thing where everyone hated how the sport became so one and done.
Yes.
And then you have the guy that stays around for like 5 years and he's like the devil.
It's like why he's-
I guess I don't.
It's
So
a job.
It's classic-
educate me. I don't understand why that would be
just like,
bad.
It's just like, oh, like you're 20. Like even, and I love Sam Decker. I actually saw Sam Decker tweet this yesterday. Great guy, obviously great player. He even tweeted like it was something about Hunter Dickinson basically flexed. So they got called for a goaltending that was like his basket, and he kind of like flexed it. He was like, "Bro, like you're 24 years old." Which
But-
listen, and like I do.
Sam Decker, like,
I
bro,
see
shut the
I see
fuck
both.
up, Sam Decker.
I love Sam Decker. I love you.
I say he's a loser for
Brad,
saying
Sam
that.
Decker's not a
Brad
loser.
Davison,
Great
when you
guy.
root for fucking
What are you
Wisconsin,
supposed
you
to
have
do?
Brad
Were you
Davison
not
like for
supposed to
6
play
years?
basketball? Were you not supposed to do that?
I see both sides of it because
But
like
honestly, I would love to ask your actual. I'm not even like angry at you. I'm angry at Sam Decker. What can you? Why can't he do what he wants on a basketball court? He's playing within the rules. He's on a college team.
It also makes the college game better if
Also,
these guys stick around.
He's
Isn't that good for the game?
Him doing that, people don't like. It's, honestly, who cares of your age?
It's tough. What Jack Mike said, I think is correct because I think America, it's like you want both sides and you just want to be like angry at both, and there's no like, and you can't like rationally have it both ways. You can't like hate the one and done and also like hate like, oh, this guy's like he stays around for 4 or 5 years, like what a dick. Because I think now this is like the final year where the like COVID part of it is like finally ending.
Right.
Like that freebie year is like finally. I think this is like the final year you'll see any remnants of that. Because I think someone made a joke like Hunter Dickinson graduated high school in 2015, which is pretty wild. When you say it out loud, it's like sounds crazy.
That's not true.
It can't be true, right? That was
Can't be true.
20.
That was 2016.
What 17? Probably 17. He probably graduated
No,
high school.
he was a freshman in 2020.
that.
2020.
2020, 2021. He was a freshman in
So he
Michigan.
graduated 20 then.
Yeah.
Was it that only? Hold on. How old is? No.
24.
He's 24.
Because
He's 24 years old, or was that a
24
troll?
right now. So he's born in the year 2000, right? So then he probably graduated high school in 2018,
I was going to say that's 2018.
Because the first
Well,
year,
then he graduated high school
my
at
first
20.
year out of college was the 2021 season, which was his
Sure, we can look this
freshman
up.
year. I mean, I could just look
Because he's done. This is his 5th year, correct?
Yeah.
So he's got to be at least 2019, probably.
He's born in 2000.
No,
born
because
in
that's
November.
it. The 2021 season, and this is 24-25, so that's 5.
Yeah.
So he graduated 20.
He was in the 2020 class.
Interesting.
He's also 23 still.
Oh, for 2 more, for like 12
young.
days, Marty.
I also think
doesn't it make the college game better if a guy like Hunter Dickinson sticks around? If someone loves college basketball, don't you want the game to be as good as possible? That's why the one and done kind of stinks. You're not getting the best of these players.
I like with NIL, I think we're going to get one and done and 4-year players, which is great. I think that's the best thing for college basketball is that people.
The best thing in college basketball is everyone sticks for 4 years. Like that would be the best thing. Well, I mean,
yeah,
that would be the best thing for college basketball.
I would never lie.
But it's not going to happen anymore. I understand. It's not realistic.
Dukes is pulling up his tweet.
I said that I think Hunter Dickinson is one of the best things that's happened in college basketball in the past decade.
Showcases personality. I agree with that.
Yeah, I think it's great.
You also get to know him because you've been watching him for so
You
long.
either
like
love
the
him
love
or you hate
him.
him.
But that's a great thing.
That's a great thing. You haven't
Yes.
seen name the last player that someone's really fucking hated.
But also,
Drew
like,
Timmy?
So do you
Timmy
think
for sure.
So do you think LeBron James should not say something because he's 42? It's like, bro, you're 42. Like that's almost.
I think
like
it's the other thing where it's more
Well, no, but it's more like
he's
the boys to men.
Yes.
thing.
Yeah,
Like, that's different.
but yeah, 40 against a 19.
No, but that's not it, Marty.
but-
What about LeBron?
Your physical
But
ability.
you're
It's about
losing
physical
but you're
ability.
losing a step at
Yes.
40.
But it's just more like who cares? Like Sam Decker. Let me ask you.
Oh, and I didn't even mean to I love Sam Decker.
then.
Sam Decker.
Because
I'm a
let me
fan of you. You know I am. We've talked before. You know I love you.
I've talked to him.
I just saw the tweet and I referenced it. You said reference point because I respect your basketball
Unfortunately,
player.
you brought him into this now.
Well, no, he's just someone he played in the Final Four, played in the NBA. Like he's an opinion that's worth respecting.
Yeah, don't respect this one because the guy is playing basketball. He is also, not to mention, I think he scored 28 points last night, 26 points. He's dominating the game. So, and everyone is also talking shit to him on the court because it's Michigan State that no one's taking that into account, that it's his rival for 3 years.
Good numbers.
Weird. That's Brad Davison, Wisconsin, 5 years.
I wonder
I
if
didn't see Sam Decker get
another friend of the program. Shut up, Brad Davison.
Has Sam Decker tweeted about Brad Davidson doing that?
Well, Brad Davidson didn't flex on a 17-year-old.
Yes, that's all he did.
He took charges.
No, that's all he did.
Brad Davidson also, he gave us a tour in Wisconsin, friend of the program, good guy.
I'm with Brad. I'm on Brad Davidson's side here. I just think that's crazy for another 28-year-old guy or 30-year-old guy telling a 24-year-old guy what he can and can't do. That also is weird.
I think it partly was rubbed the wrong way that he did it on a goaltend.
Yeah,
I think that was part of it. That he's like, "What guy? Why are you flexing
Whatever.
flexing a goaltend?"
I mean, the specifics I don't really care about. I think it's the overall philosophy that guys sticking around is somehow bad. If you love college basketball, you want guys to stay in.
Yeah.
If you don't love college basketball and you're more like more of an NBA fan, then you want guys to leave earlier. I guess. So you know what I mean? Like, what's the
Somebody was telling me too that they're like, that's not Hunter Dickinson is not the best thing that happened to college basketball. Like the Chris Jenkins buzzer beater, Virginia losing to UMBC, then winning the national championship. Those are way different things. The tournament always fucking rocks. You need players. College basketball is a full fucking season. The tournament's gonna rock every single year. There's always gonna be runs that are fucking miraculous. But the thing that really college basketball needs is the Zion.
polarizing figures?
Zion, Dan Hurley, Drew Timmy, Hunter Dickinson are all people that stand out to me that I was like, wow, those years fucking rocked. Those are the last glory.
Also,
It took time
taste.
to hate Christian Laettner. It took time to hate or love him, hate him or love him, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's good when these guys stick around so you can build relationships.
Also,
good or bad with them.
You have the 5th-year guy in Hunter on the #1 team in the country. People are going to hate him and love him.
Well, you want to notice it was him that I think he stands out so much because it's so rare that you see someone as a freshman come in and are one of the better players, and then just still be there 5 years later.
Yeah.
Where we're used to kind of seeing no disrespect to him, I was a good friend, not good friend, but friendly. He comes in and you just don't see guys like play that well and then just stick around this long.
Don't bring it up. God damn it.
See, people hate him because of this. I fucking love him because of this.
Love it.
I like it too. I appreciate it.
And then he lost.
and I like the dick drop like Selly.
It's
Like
weird. That's right.
Imagine,
wrong with that.
I did a podcast with him.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
That's why
I
Sam
he brought him
Becker's
in.
mad.
Yeah, during that time, did we do a podcast? Did not tell any of us he was doing that. I go, what the fuck is wrong with you? I said, first of all, we would have been ready for that.
Yes.
But yeah, no, you want some.
You want characters.
And like, as much as I shit on Kirk Carissa, like and he's the 9th guy who scores 6 points and is a loser, it doesn't matter that I'm shitting on him. It's more that is cool that he's even bringing attention to the game last night. I like when people talk shit. I'm going to talk shit back when it's against Duke, but if that was not against Duke, I'd be like, oh, I love Kirk Carissa.
Yes, characters are good for sports. Go back to Reggie Jackson. Go back to Babe Ruth. It's good when people are polarizing figures. That's a good thing.
Why are you gonna do that to yourself?
Because I'm saying it's forever. It's always. It's like as long as sports has been around, as long as drama's been around, it's good to have polarizing figures. That's just a fact.
You could have just. I think there's just more
You have to go to
people.
Babe Ruth.
But I know. But my point is, it's been
like,
going on forever.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson,
Sure.
Kobe, like
Well, Kobe's a different situation.
he was polarized.
Well, he's polarizing because he committed a crime.
I think he was polarizing for many other reasons.
Hey, I'm telling you, someone who's alive in the 90s, people loved Kobe.
I was alive in the 90s as well.
You remember you watching the trial, and how old were you?
Yes, I was like a teenager. I was like what, probably 10, 11 in the trial.
Were you?
All I watched was SportsCenter from the time I was 6 years old to the time I was.
Before the trial, I feel like people really loved Kobe.
People loved him after.
People loved him.
Wow, you're
No.
Did you
people
see
had a
there
reason to hate him.
No, but this is where you're because people like me and Marty.
Your generation
Marty's
loved him for
age,
whatever
like,
reason.
Obsessed with him.
I know. I don't really.
He's like the guy.
And I feel like a lot of people your generation who did obsess with him didn't know the details.
That's what happens in sports. What people love
100%.
Ray Lewis. He killed a guy. He's got a statue.
Clemmer, do you know
Yes.
that after
I know.
He's a polarizing figure. I'm saying my point is before the trial, Kobe was not a polarizing figure. That's why it's different with him.
after the allegations, if you shot like garbage into, like you shot a paper
Kobe.
into a garbage bag.
I understand. You children said Kobe.
Kobe.
I understand.
Randy Moss.
Amazing stuff. My point
Polarizing
is,
figure.
my
No, I'm
point-
saying like that was after. Not
I know,
start
but
before.
no one my age who saw the trial did that.
Yeah, but you guys stink. It's Kobe. No, I'm kidding.
Well, you know what I'm saying? But we wouldn't do that because we're not gonna like every time we throw trash away, say your rapist's name. It's weird.
Allegedly.
Don't say the R
A lot of
word.
legend. Yeah, like we're a lot
We were
of.
bouncing around it so well.
No, we're on for the thing.
We did just call Ray Lewis a murderer.
Well, allegedly he
Allegedly,
is.
that's all.
Sorry, allegedly Kobe did this.
No, don't say the R word.
I said allegedly Kobe. I
Also,
understand.
just so you know, Ari Shaffir said something like this quickly after he died and got like canceled because Kobe's so beloved.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, his tweet. What? Yeah, what he
Like, now that,
I forgot
now
about
that a day has passed, like could we just talk about how like Kobe's a piece of shit and everyone canceled him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Call in. We have call. We'll take John right now from Jersey. What's going on, John? Oh, it's not working.
Poor John.
John.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not John. Phil. It's not. I'm pressing A1. It's not working. It's all right though. Let's move on and we'll. Hello,
Hello?
John.
Oh, there we go.
Martin, top of the morning.
How are you, John?
By the way, before I give the college football pick out, which by the way has done pretty well on the calls on this show, Duke's very much right. Billy Lang got extended for doing 30% of his job and winning 30% of his games. That guy's a fucking bozo, and he's ruined St. Joe's as a program. Very talented team. They're not going to get far with that idiot being head coach of the job. Anyway,
Love that, John.
We're going back to what we know best. Illinois unders. Illinois under 47.5 against Michigan State just feels right. Illinois unders has been pretty successful all year, per usual. Unlike Iowa, which Iowa feels like they just score every play. Illinois does okay. Michigan State, not so much. Again, not much else to add to that, boys. Godspeed. Have a hell of a Wednesday.
I like that. John calls in every week. I
like that pick,
he's
too.
a good caller. He's been a good. He's been good at gambling.
He's been
on
good,
it as
right?
well. So shout out John from Jersey.
I like that pick. I like it. I like Michigan State in the game as well.
Let's take Matt. Matt, what's going on?
Yeah, what's up, boys? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Cool. All right, I'm calling. I got a bone to pick with Clemmer
good.
for the Golden State Warriors over the last, let's call it 3-4 years since we beat the Celtics in the championship. The last 2 years, you said this team was done. Sell everyone. I got some stats and facts for you, buddy. We're second in defense, fourth in offense, third in point differential. We beat the Celtics by 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you didn't have Jaylen Brown, but we didn't have Pods, who was plus 94 and first in point
Stop
differential.
right there.
No, that
Stop
was-
right there.
Oh, that was a good point, Matt.
No,
That was a
no,
good
no,
point.
no, no,
Pod,
no.
We never Porzingis either. But all right.
Pod and Jaylen Brown very.
And Porzingis.
Kristaps.
Pods was plus 94 going into that game in point differential. Number 1 in the NBA. You can't deny those facts. He's been great since last year. First team all rookie.
Mm-hmm.
And you can sell this team. We have one of the best teams in the NBA, if not the best team. We just beat the Oklahoma City Thunder by damn near 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, we got another big win. Curry's put up back-to-back 35 points.
Yep.
You're in the West. You made fun of our schedule going into that game. The West has the East has 2 teams over 500. The West has been better than the East for...
Yeah, exactly why it's going to be harder for you guys to get to the finals. I agree.
Right. But we're going to get to the finals, and we're going to beat you guys.
Well, no,
again.
you just
And we have
kind of
basically
made my argument for me, though. That's my whole point.
No, I didn't.
Well, I appreciate your optimism. I'm assuming you're a Warriors fan.
I would
Yes,
say so.
obviously.
Okay, right.
If I'm saying we are going to beat you.
Right. So you're a Warriors fan, and you think that you're going to win the title this year, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't. I didn't think so last year either, and that's why I think you should trade Curry. I think Curry right now is a very good player, and I think that's why you trade him, because you trade him now before he starts to decline.
He's at his best right now. We have one of the best.
He's not at his best right now. He's not at his best. You think this is the best Curry's ever played?
You don't watch ball.
No, I'm asking you a question. Let me ask you a question. Hang on one second. Stop talking over me. Stop. Let me ask you a question, and I'll give you time to answer. I promise. You think Steph Curry's playing the best he's ever played right now?
Yes.
Okay. We
watched
very
his
much
game?
disagree. I watched. Yes,
Okay,
I haven't watched every game.
Steph.
I have been watching. I guarantee you watch more Warriors games than I do for sure.
Did you watch his last 2 games?
I watched his last game yesterday.
Did you watch the Celtics game?
Yes, I did. I watched that second half of it.
Silence you guys in the fourth quarter like he's been doing his whole career, but doing it better now. He has 25.3 points.
He was
against the
pretty
Celtics
awesome.
and the
He was
Celtics
pretty
players.
awesome 10 years ago. He was pretty
Yeah, he
awesome
was.
7
He's
years
getting
ago.
better.
I don't think he's
You're
getting
right,
better.
He's getting better. His team was also pretty awesome with younger talent. But now he added new talent, and he's just as good as he's been, if not better. This is the best version of Curry we've seen. And you could say he's old and gets injuries, but he got an ankle injury, and that's what he's been having since his rookie season, so it doesn't have to do with his age. And last year you shit on this team, and the reason we lost is because Draymond Green was out 27 games, and that wasn't because he's old. That's because he's fucking dumb.
Okay.
And he punched the guy.
Did you
and
think
then
that-
he sat out against the Pistons game.
Can I ask
When we
you?
had
Can I ask
Draymond
you a
Green-
question? Can I ask you? Yep.
Yeah.
Did you think they were going to win the title last year?
No, not because of some of the circumstances. When we had Draymond Green, we were a top 3 team in the NBA. When he was out, also Wiggins, another one, not because of an injury, because
Wiggins
somebody
was
said
out.
that his
Yep.
best friend, his best friend had a baby daddy with his kid on top of his dad passed away, so he missed 25 games.
Wasn't true.
When we had those 3
Allegedly.
players, we were one of the best 3 teams in the NBA, and you acted like they sucked and should sell everybody.
I don't think they should suck and sell everyone. I think they should sell everyone.
No.
You're saying they should trade Curry.
You said
Matt
that.
is-
I'll
And you
explain.
acted like it was a
I think they
matter of
should
fact.
trade the guys now while they still have value, much like how the Celtics traded
No.
Pierce and Garnett when they still had value and they were able to rebuild their franchise. That's
They're one of the
where I'm
best
coming from.
franchises. They're one of the best franchises, and what they do is they add the right pieces.
Okay.
Kyle Anderson.
All
They've
right.
added tons. Melton just had 19 points, one of the better defenders. He was injured. We've added so many good players. They're at their best right now, and Curry's playing his best ball. You guys didn't even mention them when you said who could beat the Celtics. This team has beaten the Celtics. They just beat the Celtics. They could easily beat the Celtics. They added Buddy Hield, who's balling too. Kuminga's one of the best young talents. Pods is one of the best young talents. They draft well.
I like this guy.
The Warriors would not be able to beat the Celtics in a 7-game series. In no fucking world.
Yes, they would.
No, they wouldn't. You don't
They
have
would.
5 All-Stars. We have a fucking part-time All-Star
have
just
a
starting in
much deeper
December.
bench than
And you
you.
said, no,
We've already
Jaylen Brown.
beaten
We
you
have
guys.
Kristaps Porzingis.
We've already
We have the
beaten
6th
you
man
guys
of the
in a
year.
7-game
We have the
series.
6th man of the
We've
year.
already beaten you in a 7-game series.
We're
No,
gonna have
you
to-
are not.
beaten you in a
There's
7-game
no light
series.
of day where you guys beat us in a 7-game series.
This guy, this
We
guy,
are,
this
we
guy
are not
thinks
even a
Curry's-
fraction of how good we could be.
This guy thinks Curry's playing the best
We've
basketball of his
beaten you
career right now.
numerous times.
I actually
Curry
don't
averages
disagree with that, but when you bring up
That's
fucking
insane.
Pods,
Game in the
well,
game.
I
It's
bring
not
up.
that crazy.
Really good.
I don't think it's that
Not.
crazy.
He's playing at an elite level. Absolutely.
He's also
playing
better
at an
Look at his
elite level.
stats. They're not as good as they've been the last. That's not true. He had a good game yesterday.
Also, just saying he averaged 2 more points a game. He played better that year. That's not like
that's not the only.
That's
factor.
not watching ball. That's just looking at stat sheet.
Yeah,
that's not the only factor.
Ball at all. He has less talent. He has the most 30-point games with only 5 free throws. He doesn't get called fouls against him because
they have the 6th best odds to win the West.
He doesn't get called fouls against him because he's a superstar. Is that what you just said?
Since he became more of a superstar, he has the least amount of foul calls against him with 30-point games.
Because he's a superstar?
What a stat!
Cade Cunningham.
He's saying it's saying he scores a lot without needing to get like just free.
No, but he said he doesn't get foul calls because he's a superstar. Superstars get more foul calls than average players. That's a crazy philosophy.
Not this one.
I see. The one you like.
Hey,
I see. All right.
Listen to this stat. Listen to this stat, smart guy.
All right, smart guy.
Points in the Garden. Yeah. You just say stuff as a matter of fact when you actually don't know some of the actual ball knowledge.
That's good.
25.3 points in the Garden. That's what he averages. That's the most ever for a point guard in NBA history in the Garden. You don't think he could do that in the playoffs when he's at his best? He's cooked you guys already.
When he was 30 years old, sure. When he was 28 years old, sure.
He just had 28 points against you.
Let's see how he does in a 7-game series. Well, if you guys get that far, you got to get past the West, which you said was very tough.
7.
Let's see how it goes. You guys didn't even make the playoffs last year. Why don't you worry about getting in the playoffs and then start coming out the champ?
We would have been a 6th seed in the East. But
you're not, though. You're in the West, which makes it harder to get to the finals, which is my point. That's my whole point.
My point that you're not listening to is maybe if Draymond Green didn't stalk a guy and have to go to therapy for 4 months, we would have, because we're the 3rd best team in the NBA when he played with us.
Well, is Draymond Green still on the team?
Yes, and he had done his therapy is the point.
Oh, I'm sure.
Mended.
All right. I work with a guy who went to therapy, and he's fine now, so maybe you're right.
You still think he's a psycho? Because he did pretty good the other day when he got mad at Meek Phil. He seemed to hold it back.
I'm sure he's exactly right. He'll hold it back, just like Draymond held it back.
Matt, that's a good call. We gotta move.
That was a good call. I like it.
A little jam back and forth.
I think he's right that people are sleeping on the Warriors a little bit.
They are.
And listen, but my thing is, Clemmer, I guess here's my point to you that as like a third party.
Sure.
If they make like a good run. Like, I don't think they can just, like, not make the finals and you be like, I told you so. Like, I'm saying if this team makes, like, if they win, like, 2 playoff series, I don't think you can be like, I told you they should have traded them. Like, they never had a shot. You know what I mean? Like, it's really hard to win the NBA Finals.
It is very hard.
And the West, as you've said, like, is incredibly difficult.
Incredibly hard.
So if they say they go make a run to, like, the Western Conference Finals, or even say they like lose to like the Thunder in like the second round. And
I can't. No. That's
and they go on to the. And then they go on to the
I'll give you Final Four maybe. If you're talking second round, I know you're Knicks fans. So second round is trash. That's not. But I'm
saying in a gauntlet of the West where like you potentially have to play like the Thunder and the.
Then trade the guys. That's my point.
But so basically the way you see it. If you're not the Celtics, you should just trade all your players.
Lucas should be on the trade block.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
They have no chance.
Let me explain. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you're a team that's already gone to the mountaintop a few times, you already had those rings, and you have a team that's best players are older, then yes, you trade those guys.
But he's
if
the
you're Oklahoma.
They put the young players around him.
Let me finish. If you're the Oklahoma City Thunder and you're on the rise, then obviously you keep building. But when you're on the other side of that mountain, then you got to start looking at how do I prepare for the future.
I disagree though, because if you look at it from like a Tom Brady standpoint, like when he was going downhill, like they didn't trade him. Like Steph Curry could be that.
Okay, the Celtics didn't trade Larry Bird.
Even like LeBron.
The Celtics did trade Pierce and Garnett, and they were able to have a whole new future.
But that's 10 years ago.
They were like showing real signs of being washed. Like Curry's still like doing his thing.
Curry's still like one of the best players.
Curry's still playing at an. But it matters when you're playing an elite. Like it matters whether you're playing an elite level.
Yeah. Why does it matter about 10 years ago with that? What does that matter?
I think like
you get more picks now for guys.
I'm saying longevity wise, like LeBron is breaking the physics of like how long you can play.
You gotta take LeBron out of it.
No, but also
guys are playing better longer.
Steph has
name one guy that's 40 other than LeBron.
Wait a second, fellas. This is also
Curry's like getting there.
No, he's 36. Name one guy.
He's still elite.
Give me one.
He is still elite. You are talking about him as if he's falling off.
Steph and KD are still at the top.
KD, another one. KD still playing at an incredibly high level.
Oh, he's not what he used to be.
He's been playing amazing.
Playing great.
He's been very good.
He's averaging the most minutes he's played in like 15 years.
It's November 13th.
Okay.
These guys, these older guys, we see it. As the season goes on, it's harder and harder to keep up.
We'll see.
Right, we will see.
But Curry
we saw it last year.
Stephen Curry hasn't really had that problem.
Curry is not the same player he was 10 years ago. I will die on that hill.
If he's not, he hasn't fallen off much.
I'm with Clemmer on that. Like, Steph was unanimous MVP. He's not that,
This
but
is
he's still
crazy. We're having a discussion. Like,
He's a top 5 player in the NBA at the very worst.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you're acting like, oh, like he's not like the unanimous MVP, but sure.
Oh, he's not as good as he used to be. That was my point.
But Steph Curry
But you're like splitting hairs.
I'm not.
Like,
That caller said he's as good as he ever been. That's not the case.
He's pretty close.
So
I mean,
Clemmer,
Curry
I just have
also
a question.
doesn't play physical like Garnett did
point,
and like
good point.
Name me
Paul Pierce
one
did.
other
But
player
let me-
in the
I'm
NBA
listen to
history.
me.
I'm asking for one guy.
Listen to me now, because I haven't talked. Steph Curry is shooting threes. He's not a physical player where he can have longevity in his career because he's not getting in the weeds.
Like Ray
much.
Allen.
Ray, what?
Reggie Miller. I'm trying to think of other shooters.
Disrespectful.
Steph Curry is way better than them.
Okay, I agree.
And that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
trying to think of other guys that didn't play physical that also, by the time they were 40, were washed or out of the league.
But he is.
It's just LeBron
only,
stuff. That's it.
But
No, not Steph. Steph's not 40 yet.
He's 36, but like even at 36, no one's even done what he's done.
That's not true. I'm asking for 40. Give me anybody other than LeBron James,
I think that's
who
just
was an
splitting hairs.
all-star caliber
That's
player
just
at
splitting.
40.
That's
so they
splitting.
should trade him in 3 years. Is what you're saying.
No, because then you won't get any value for him. He'll already be washed. You do it now before he loses the value.
So, Clemmer,
why
I
is
just want-
this so hard to
you're not going to
comprehend?
get a player. Steph Curry is going to be probably better than the player that you get.
No, you get picks.
He's
You
gonna be
get
better.
assets.
And that always
Yeah, and
always
any
lands.
team you give
You
him,
know it does or it doesn't.
and any
You
team
gotta
you
trust
give him
your
to,
GM.
any team you give him to is going to be elite, and those picks are going to stink.
I actually think Golden State should do it because I trust this. They've brought in some good young players. I bet they would maximize
Only
those
a
picks.
team like let's say like an OKC or those teams will take Steph Curry to make their team really good. They don't know the Spurs aren't going to have Steph Curry.
Thunder. I mean, there are teams out there that are good that could take Curry and have picks.
But that's what we're saying, that it doesn't. Their pick's going to be shitty after that.
Clemmer, can I just ask you a
Not
question?
Because no team that's
people say that about the Nets. and they got washed
a
out.
contender's not going to trade for him, or excuse me, a non-contender's not going to trade
Correct.
for him.
So you get picked
and
down the road.
any team he's going to go to, he's going to make them good.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like the picks are going to decline because
Right,
of that.
but the cool thing is he's 36, so how long is he going to make them good for? So you can get picks down the line, and it could be really good.
For a 40's your benchmark, you could for at least 3 more years.
Could I said another thing?
Who knows, maybe
name a guy at 39 who was that good.
So, Clemmer, instead of...
Name a guy that's been able to shoot like Steph Curry. You can't.
Yeah.
Like he's a different breed.
Sure, but I can name guys. I can name guys who were the best shooters of their generation. They couldn't play at 39.
And he's a
40.
better shooter than they ever were.
I understand that, but you.
Don't you think aren't you the one that says like records are always meant to be broken? Like you don't like records because they're always broken. It's the same thing with like age
I
nowadays.
never said I don't like.
see a little something on that screen.
I've never said I don't like
I see a little
records.
something on that screen.
No, I was looking up Al Horford's age, who I think is still playing. Like I don't think
38.
38.
And he's nowhere near what he was 10 years ago. Nowhere near.
Winning player though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I don't want to
I
trade
don't know
him.
what that means, but sure.
Winning piece.
A winning piece.
What do you mean?
With
What
the
do you mean?
Sixers, he's a winning piece.
Dude, we wouldn't have won the championship without him
I
last year.
agree. That's a whole. Guys.
What do you mean? You said what's a winning player? We wouldn't
I
have won.
mean, yes, he's very good at what he does. Al Horford is not. He used to be an all-star.
He's not Steph Curry.
I understand, but there's a
Steph
drop
Curry's
off.
still an
Never
all-star.
Steph Curry.
Of course he is.
Not even close.
He brought up Al Horford.
No, he
It
said
was
what's on my
just a
screen.
guy that's 38 that contributed to a winning team.
Yes, he contributed at a much lower level than he used to.
All right, we're gonna
Should-
let's
should the
name-
Warriors trade for
We're
Giannis?
also not, Clemmer, fairly enough,
Yes.
like I agree with you, but
Yes, Phil.
we're also not asking Al Horford to do what he used to do. He's
Correct.
not the main focal point of like
Absolutely.
an offense anymore.
He's
Like,
being used brilliantly.
yes, but if he wanted to go to the fucking
But
the
you're-
Pistons and be like, let me, and like, that's the thing with the NBA. A bunch like you saw last night when the Celtics lost to the Hawks, like Trae Young's out. A lot of guys in the NBA, if you just give them the green light, can go score 20+ a game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's say the Warriors make it to the second round this year. A tough battle, he said, against Oklahoma City Thunder. They lose.
They lose in 7 Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City like goes on to the finals.
Sure. Nope.
Like, I don't think you can sit there and be like, we should have traded him. Like you gave it your all.
That's not a wasted
You came
season
up a
for
little
Warrior
short.
fans who've already had rings.
No, you made a run at it. You came up a little short. And only one team can win. Like it's,
Or you could build it. So what's going to happen? Okay, so let me ask you this. We all say Curry's amazing. Curry's great. Awesome. Great. All-time player. Mount Rushmore, maybe. When he's gone, what happens to that franchise?
They have young players on the team.
they have young players that
Will be able to keep up with the greatness of Steph Curry?
The owner sells the team for $3-4 billion, and it's not his problem.
way more than that.
You're probably right, Phil.
Way more
More than
than
that,
Exactly
but
what's
yeah,
gonna
you're not
happen.
totally wrong.
I
The
sadly,
fans are left.
but
The fans are left holding the bag, right?
Because they've even already drafted well. Even like he had like
Are they
a guy like
left holding
Pods
the
who was like
bag? The guy got him fucking 4 championships.
Yes, he did. But then,
well,
but so
hold
what
on.
happens the next decade, though?
That's like saying with the Patriots, like, oh, what happens after Brady leaves? Like, already got your championship.
Yeah,
What do you
they're-
want
they-
else?
Yeah, but now
like in
they're
2015, I'd love to hear what you said.
2015 with the Warriors?
With like Brady, when it's like, oh, is he like the mountaintop view? Were you like a Trent Dilfer?
Here's Max Kellerman.
You're comparing different sports.
I know, I get it.
And you're also cherry picking guys that were successful. How many guys have we seen drop off?
I get what
But
you're
Tom
saying.
Brady-
You're talking about LeBron James
but
we're talking
it's
about
like records.
who Steph Curry is in that realm.
Yes.
So that's what we're talking about.
There's
We're
been
not
plenty of
talking-
great players who dropped off.
I'm not talking about like Chris Paul. Like Chris Paul is also how old?
Like 39.
He's 39. He's not playing up to his potential, but he's not Steph Curry. Like, we're saying just because Steph Curry is in that LeBron range, that I think that he can keep it up, because he hasn't shown signs that he hasn't. That's basically what my point is, that he hasn't declined at all.
I agree. I think he's declined. He's not an NBA
He's
player
also
anymore.
known for being like one of the
He
best
has
conditioned
declined.
players.
And he's amazing, which is why I think you should trade him, because you'll get so much for him. I'm not saying you trade him because he stinks now.
We got to
You guys understand that?
This is turning into our
I get
schedule.
it. I get what you're
understand.
saying.
We got to move on.
I just don't think he's
we gotta
worth
take these
like what you're
calls.
going to get back.
Let's take these calls.
Not getting traded.
Well, I'm sure
Not
this
getting
is going to
traded.
go well. Moisty.
I actually don't want to talk about the Bengals
All right,
because that
all right.
got me in fucking tears, dude. Holy fuck, that guy was funny. I will say this though, Clemmer, about the Rick Pitino thing, and we'll take it won't be my whole thing. I want to talk about Notre Dame, but my grandfather, he died in 2017. He was born in 1937. Knew Bob Knight, knew Bob Hurley Sr., knew Rick Pitino when he was like at Kentucky. Like my grandpa was at every Final Four from like 1992 to like 2016.
Okay.
So Rick Pitino would fucking spit in your face and call you a loser if you said any of that shit to his face. He doesn't care about that at all. Maybe back in the day he would have like taken you up. He don't care about that shit at all. Neither should you, dude. You're fucking 40 years old. What the fuck are we doing?
Why should I care? Well, I don't understand. What's your point? I'm a Celtics fan. He was shitty to the Celtics, so I shouldn't care about that?
You're talking all this shit about Rick Pitino like he's not a fucking Hall of Fame great basketball coach.
Well, he's a great college basketball coach.
He would spit in your face and call you a loser. That's what I'm trying
Okay.
to
I
say.
mean, what? I'm mad at him because he treated the Celtics badly. If he spits in my face, I don't know what to say about that.
Let go, dude. You just won a championship last year.
I
You're not
understand that.
respecting Rick Pitino.
We won 2 since Pitino left, but what he did was really
Rick
shitty.
Pitino has
But
more
what he
ball
did.
knowledge in the fucking pinky finger of his whole body than you.
No argument here.
I
I'm not arguing that. You're arguing entirely different things. He was really shitty to Red Auerbach. He was shitty to the Celtics. I don't think he's a good person. I'm allowed to think that.
Okay, I'm just saying, dude.
I'm
No
happy
one
your
but you
grandfather
care.
went to those
No
Final
one-
Fours, but I don't know what that has to
No
do with
one but
anything.
You and other 40-year-old Celtics fans care about that. Like, I'm just trying to say.
Oh,
like, when
okay,
you
that's
say
fine.
that-
I care about it.
Okay. Anyway, I wanted to talk about Notre Dame. I just wanted to tell you that because Rick Pitino is a fucking Hall of Famer.
I
Like,
never said he wasn't.
Okay. Just yesterday you were going off on him like.
I
dude,
don't like
what-
Rick Pitino. I never said he didn't know a lot about basketball. Wasn't a Hall of Famer.
Go to your Notre
But you're-
Dame take.
you're acting
What's your
like-
point?
Moisty, go to your Notre Dame take. Go to your
Okay.
Notre Dame take.
I'm just saying, I know Notre Dame. We're a bunch of losers. I have quit on the season since we lost in Northern Illinois.
You shouldn't.
They were 80-1 after that game. What if they win their first round if they make it into the playoffs? I'm back in. If they win a big game, they never win the big game. If they win a big game, I'm back in.
Moisty, you
What
should
do
be back in now.
No, Moisty, I'm going to tell you this. No, they're going to make the playoff. Unless Army stuns them. That's the only. If Army stuns them, obviously they'd be out. If they lose the game, they'd be out. I've said all year, like I've been kind of an Army guy. I'm a known like Notre Dame hater, not personal, just their fans are dicks, whatever. But it's all
Sounds personal.
it's on the I love Moisty. It's all in the love of just college football.
Oh yeah.
Like I've said, like Army's gonna beat them. Army's gonna beat them. It's gonna be a tough game. Obviously, gonna be a tough game for Army. But no, I mean, I think Notre Dame's gonna make the playoff probably, unless, like I said, unless Army just stuns them, they're gonna make the playoff, and they'll have a good, like they'll be in that first game because that first game is gonna be it's gonna be them and like Penn State or like Tennessee or I don't know, maybe even Alabama or almost like one of these teams. Like they'll be in that game, and I don't think they'll be huge dogs. And there's a chance I think they'll probably be on the road, but you never know if they could sneak into that 8th spot. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, no, I'm in the same boat as you, man. Like, I think they're going to make the playoff for sure. It's just that every single fucking year they lose a big game. Like, I just need them to win that first game, and then I'll have a lot of confidence back. Like, I'm not out on them completely. It's not like – but, dude, after that Northern Illinois loss, when they were 80-1 at the odds, I was like, if you would have told me that there's only 2 or 3, like, bigger undefeated teams, I would have been like, what the fuck? Like, it's been a great season for being a Notre Dame fan, looking at the records and shit, but I just need them to win the big game. They piss down their leg every time they need to win.
Yeah, I think it's going to be so matchup-based for them because it just – but, yeah, I mean – Go ahead.
The last thing I'll say is that I thought of this when I was driving to work today. Daniel Jones – or Riley Leonard is the college version of Daniel Jones.
That's honestly a good comparison. Riley Leonard might be better.
No, Riley Leonard's probably better, but I'm saying, like, in the situation.
That's honestly a good comparison.
Yeah,
they both went to Duke and they do the same thing. And then we fucking throw a bag at him, and he stinks. Like, he doesn't stink, but he's not worth fucking whatever million dollars we paid for. He's kind of worth it. If he gets you to the playoff, which is what you need. If you win a playoff game, that's like I know Notre Dame is. I mean, Notre Dame hasn't been there in a long time. What was it, Manti Te'o last time?
They made the playoff.
No, championship.
Yeah. Let's make a championship game. Yeah,
that's what I meant, championship. But
horrible.
If he gets you to the playoff,
I think I'm getting you the playoff is worth the investment.
If he gets us to the playoffs, but then gets not smoked, but if we lose by 17 or 2 touchdowns to a decent team, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Losing to Northern Illinois, he played horrible that game. That was fucking
Yeah, but he's
awful.
been back. He
has played a lot better since then. I'll give him that. He's definitely played better.
He's playing a lot smarter. And I'll be done, fellas. Let's have a fucking Wednesday.
Appreciate you, Moisty, always.
Peace.
Moisty's gonna be 40
they didn't
one
have
day.
Jalen Brown.
I know. Moisty's going to be 40 one day. What's he going to think then?
Let's take one more last call because I think the other dropped off. He's been waiting. Dylan, what's going on, Dylan?
What's going on? Yesterday, I think we watched 2 teams that are going to make the Elite Eight, and I'm not talking Michigan State and Kansas. That game was ugly. But I think Kentucky and Duke will both be in the Elite Eight. Connor Knuppel has to shoot better than 5 for 20, 1 for 8 from 3 if they're going to win a big game. Kentucky is well coached. Clemmer talking about what's his record in the tournament. I mean, is Clemmer an idiot? Does he not understand?
I was simply asking. Let me explain myself. You're gonna call me an idiot. I'm gonna explain myself. Okay. So I was simply saying it's tough to say that this guy's going to bring us past the first round when he's never done it. That's all I'm saying. But he obviously coached at BYU. Let's give him a chance. But that's all I was saying.
He's also won a national championship as a player at Kentucky. Did you ever think that
That's
matters?
fine. No, I don't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Okay, you don't think that matters?
I don't think that matters at all.
I don't. I'll step. Listen, I usually don't step in for Clemmer. That doesn't matter.
Okay. But you're also the one that was saying Kentucky's going to lose in the first round, so you're really having your own.
But wait, say anything to back that up. What does it matter if a coach wins a championship as a player 30 years ago?
He's been there.
He's been there.
Okay, so a lot of guys though,
player.
Okay, even that. I mean, he took a BYU team that has one of the best offenses in the country, and if you don't understand the talent level at Kentucky to BYU to use that record. Is not.
I was just simply making the point that he hadn't been. That's all.
I didn't disagree with anything until you said the player.
Yeah, I'm not even disagreeing with you either until the player thing. I was just simply bringing up. I was bringing up just that fact.
That could be a bad point.
All right.
You know what's the worst point? You know what's the worst point? Saying a player who went to the Final Four.
No, he just said.
All right. I thought you were saying my point was a bad point about Pope. All right, I apologize. I apologize.
There could be bad. There could be bad points.
There are. Yeah, there's a lot of them on this show. A lot of them come from me.
I like when you admit it's a bad point.
I also got one pick. This is for Big Ev and Maction.
Love it.
Kent State money line.
Have
a good day, fellas.
Did you say Kent State money line, you sick bastard? Is that what I heard out of your mouth? Sicko. I'll tell you what, I bet him plus 30.5 because I'm a sick bastard.
30? You said money line?
Let me explain to you. Kent State. They're the only FBS team that is 0-9.
Wow, I love that pick.
They're coming off a action game last week where they lost 41-0.
Money line is plus 3,500.
We might have to.
I got to throw something on that. I'm sorry. I got a little bit. Right?
I think I got plus 30. It's either 30.5 or 31. I put in this morning. But
plus 30.5.
Yeah, they're. I mean,
throw some crumbs on the money line.
They've had a couple games they've randomly been close.
I think UConn is winning it all again.
They are truly atrocious. Kent State is one. They're the team that we thought Nico was good because they won 65-0 or whatever, 70-0, whatever.
How bad is Miami of Ohio?
Okay, Miami of Ohio is pretty good actually.
Oh no,
they're solid. They're a good MAC team.
All right,
solid MAC team. They're fighting to get. They're fighting to get.
Spread 10.
Which one?
Nico's not playing.
Oh yeah, but he's
not
also.
playing?
No.
I also just think it's a squash spot for like going on the road. I think they're pretty. I think Tennessee's defense is legit. I think their offense kind of stinks outside Dylan Sampson. They have a good run game, but I think if they can neutralize the run game, I think they got nothing for Georgia. And Georgia needs this one now. Georgia's a back against the wall game. I mean, if they lose, they're pretty much done.
Definitely done.
Yeah, I think that's why it's just combo of bad Tennessee defense bad Tennessee offense. I was like, going on the road, quarterback's out. Georgia needs it bad. They're still even with two Georgia losses, they're still rated super highly, like Vegas wise and that kind of thing.
Appreciate you, Dylan.
Yep.
I'm riding with you, Dylan, to some extent. I'm taking Kent State.
Penn State.
I
Let's
want to
go.
say
Not money line, though.
very.
Scrap one out. Flashes.
As a looking potential head coach option for the Jets, here's who I think will get the job.
Oh no.
Matt Nagy.
Oh no.
I'm not going to get upset about rumors.
The Chiefs
I
offensive
got
coordinator.
enough real shit to be upset about.
Matt Nagy.
Chiefs offensive coordinator. He's learned something from Andy Reid.
It's true. It's true.
Learned from his mistakes
We'll
with the
say,
Bears.
That's true.
Opening the phone lines today and Duke losing last night, eating my words. I did not think Clemmer was going to get the worst.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm here for it.
The
I like
last
it.
one of the
I like it,
Vikings
but I'm in a
is-
bad mood today.
Oh yeah, by the Clemmer, you idiot! Like he's like out of nowhere.
Hit you with the buddy. The Golden State Warrior guy goes, buddy.
Yeah.
It's like,
Smart
fine.
guy.
Smart guy. That's fine. I like those calls. I like a little back and forth, and I like the fact that he's
Eddie,
passionate.
come on, Eddie.
Eddie,
come
come
here
here
for a second.
Come here.
We didn't have Jalen Browns. We didn't have pods.
You know what? We have some time left. I just wanted. I want your full. No, just sit
Why
down
don't
for
you?
a second.
Oh, that's very rude.
Sit down for a second. I have a real question. I have a real
Look at his
question.
face.
No, but this is a safe space here. Look at you got a couple giant schmucks and a jet schmuck.
Yes, but I
This is
have.
a safe space. Like
We're all in shambles.
yeah, we're a disaster.
I want to say.
We started Daniel Jones for 6 years.
I want to preface.
We're in hell.
I have nothing to. Stand on right now. I don't. But I do have Chief's tweet that I replied to yesterday, of asking who the blame is. He did a poll, right? And on this poll had McCaskey, Kevin Warren, Ryan Poles, Matt Eberflus.
McCaskey, the old lady?
What?
Like the owner?
The owner, just ownership. So the blanket ownership.
102-year-old lady.
Ownership won.
He's got some blame, Clark.
Ownership won the poll, which is fine. But why you went 4 years with another quarterback that he never got the blame? And I think he was fine. I don't think he was the full blame, even though how much I don't like him. But you're not blaming the quarterback at all again?
I hate that I'm even entertaining this with you right now. I hate it. And I know, like you said, you're right. You're not in a better spot. But there's something about this guy's face and when the way he talks and how much he enjoys this whole scenario drives me fucking nuts.
Listen, when it was Fields, I've been on the front lines for you.
Yes.
Me and him going to war over Fields.
Listen.
Going to war for my guy Fields. Still to this Justin Fields forever, always.
Marty, it's been 9 games. Did he play well last week? No, he did not.
Really bad.
Yeah, he played bad. He played bad.
That's how I want. Yeah, that's all I want to hear.
Yeah, he played bad. Yeah, for
That's
sure.
it.
Is he in the stratosphere of our problems at this point? No.
He's on the stratosphere. At all?
Stratosphere?
I mean,
He's in the
stratosphere.
He's in the sphere.
Clemmer, it's been 9 games.
I know, but I look, the Bears are in a better spot than our two teams. I'm fucked forever. So I'm not at all judging the Bears. And I was high in the Bears coming this season. But he hasn't.
As you should be. Listen, the 4 of us could scheme up a better fucking offense than what they have.
So what's
That's fair. The coaching's a disaster. I think stratosphere maybe is like the coaching is the number one issue, right? More than the ownership or the ownership?
I mean, it's all ownership is the root cause.
Okay, I understand that.
They
Same,
don't-
They go hand in hand a little
same
bit.
boat.
We're the Bears. Listen, we're talking about a blue chip fucking charter franchise.
I love you so
You
much.
know, we've
I love you
hired
so
2 coaches with head coaching experience in our history.
True?
That's crazy.
One was John Fox.
Oh my God.
And one was from like the fucking 60s or something.
Is that true?
That's it, yeah. Head coaching experience.
No.
That's it. We've never
Literally just had me going through like a lap in my head.
True.
of,
I'm doing all
like Trestman was a CFL.
That's nuts, dude.
Nagy obviously was his first time.
like Lovie Smith. That was his,
Eberflus his first time.
Ditko was his first time, which worked out, but
Lovie Smith, I guess, worked out for
Oh, did you
a little
guys
bit.
Wannstedt?
Lonnie was first time.
No, he's with Miami. No, he's with Chicago first.
Yeah.
Oh my
I think
God.
Eberflus should be gone now too.
Fuck yeah, I do. He's the worst, dude.
All right.
Sucks.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm having a
the
normal
worst.
conversation.
We are, yeah.
He's the worst.
But what do you do to change it? Truly, I have no idea. Because the problem is, you got a guy where it's, and Caleb. Listen, I still obviously I think Caleb can still.
I know what they need.
What?
You guys need some Mike Vrabel. That's what you need.
Oh, we need Mike Vrabel. No.
I'm just saying.
I would love that.
You're talking a blue collar city, toughness, physicality. You think Bears?
You know who you need?
Midwest guy, Mike Vrabel is the guy. That's who.
We need Mike Vrabel.
A team like the Chicago Bears needs something stable. You want to talk about stability? It's Mike Vrabel.
From Mike Vrabel, I
That's
go to his
stability.
team way before I go to mine.
I wouldn't.
I just think I just think Vrabel would like fit the city. Like the city would love Mike
He'll have
Vrabel.
better options
He
than
embodies Chicago, like that grit, that toughness, cold,
Actually,
physical.
his situation. If Vrabel thinks he could fix Caleb, then his situation.
Yeah, but he could also go to a team like the Raiders and have his pick.
And this is where, like, I feel like you guys need more context on how bad ownership is. They just live this life where they don't want to rock the boat. They're not independently wealthy. They got it rolled down to them from George Hallis, so it's not like a wealthy so they run the business like it's a mom and pop shop. They've never fired a coach midway through the season. They don't pay top dollar for head coaches, and the list goes on and on of things that they just completely fail miserably at.
But they did. But like I said, like there's two things. One, before the season, they did put things around Caleb where it's like their line is not great, but you have Keenan Allen. Where Keenan Allen is just, I don't know where he is at. I don't think
Popping the fucking ball.
I don't think he plays.
I gotta say the moves you guys.
DJ Moore has
made is
been like
terrible.
it just seems
A
like
lot of them, offensively.
it just seems like it's a locker room thing right now. That's not good. The locker room saying they want Bajan to play.
We don't know if that's true.
No,
That's true.
I'm not saying I've been hearing some things, Cable Williams, from last year that just coming out now that weren't great. Apparently that some books that Lincoln Riley was done with them. I don't know. It's tough. Obviously, like the you're not going to punt thing and this and that. Those are all things you can make memes about, whatever. Sure. But I guess you got to find. It's tough when guys. I like DJ Moore. I wonder if his mindset is more just about like, I was going nuts with Fields at quarterback. Now I can't get the ball. This and that. I wonder how much of it's tied into that, like selfishly, or tied into like he just sees this guy and is like he's not it. Like I wonder how much of it is like, because when they say veterans, like he's the glaring guy just because walking off the field. He even when Fields, when they were gonna like kind of make the transition from Fields, he was vocal like he wanted to stay with Fields. So I wonder how much of it is him being like selfish diva receiver. I want my yards, I want my stats, or if he's just like I don't see it with this guy. This guy was a leader. This guy's not. Like I don't know. It's things from the outside. You can only speculate so much.
It's the lowest you've been as a Bears fan?
No.
I think this is lower because of the expectation.
So year one of this kid, though.
Sure, yeah.
But
Marty's right. Marty's right.
Is that
I was hyped. I was thinking Bears. I was saying playoffs.
The Bears made the Super Bowl and stuff, though.
That was a long time ago now.
It wasn't.
But that's 16 years ago.
I know, but I'm saying he's seen it. He's saying low as the fan.
2006 is
20
6 or 8.
Jesus Christ.
20 years is a long time.
Even longer, 19.
And it's just this is the year that it's like, oh, we got the quarterback, we got the wide receiver, we got 2 wide receivers now,
and a defense too.
Like,
and that they still have. I still think they have a defense.
It's the most frustrating and disappointing season maybe I've been a part of. Is it the lowest? Lowest was the Freshmen years when, Aaron Rodgers threw for 6 touchdown passes and a half, and it was like.
Are you disappointed in Caleb Williams?
Alive.
You wish you had traded down and gotten Jaden or Drake May?
No, you can't play hindsight.
No?
Of course, and that's why this all looks even worse right now is because how good Jaden looks. But I don't like everybody blowing Drake May already. Like, can we slow down? Who, Dugerton?
We got a new argument over
He's the best quarterback in the draft.
1 sec. Say it again.
He's the best quarterback in the draft.
That's insane.
Pound for pound, what he has compared to every other quarterback in the rookie class, what he's been able to do is nothing short of astonishing.
Crazy.
I'm taking the headphones.
No. Let me go bring up some stats.
We got in a debate over because I've said how good he's looked.
Drake May's look good.
I've said he's looked really good. The word amazing was used, and I said let's not amazing.
saying, dude.
And I think a tweet's gonna get brought up. There was a stat that because someone tweeted at me and Dukes from the show yesterday, basically saying he was the first quarterback, and Dukes gonna pull it up right now. I believe this is it. Yeah.
There's only one QB in NFL history to have the following in the first 4 career starts.
I think the rushing yards may make that a little bit. I appreciate it.
It looks nice, and like I said, I don't want this to get mixed. Like I've been giving Drake May a ton of credit. I just think the word "amazing" stopped me. I was like,
quarterback in the
amazing,
draft
best in the draft. When Jaden Daniels is doing what he's doing, is like
I'm not disrespecting.
Bo Nix is playing.
Even Bo Nix is playing some solid football.
Yeah, I'm not disrespecting Drake May, but
There you go, Dukes. Look at that. He's armed at the.
That's funny.
He's got his stats ready to go. I like
Because
this.
the thing that really comes down to this with Drake
FOMO.
May, his situation couldn't be worse. It's a bad offensive line, which Caleb gets every fucking reason to be like, well, Caleb has a bad offensive line. Drake May does something with the offensive line. He can rush with it. Caleb does the fucking twirly, swirly, twirly, and everyone thinks he's fucking God's gift. He has no receivers. His receivers run a fucking 4.6. He's throwing a Keyshawn Butte, who runs like a 4.5. They have nobody. Nobody.
You're not wrong.
And the defense, which is supposed to be the backbone, which you're like, hey, maybe they're good. They fucking suck. They've only played good the past 2 weeks.
They also
Hunter Henry.
They also lost to the Titans.
Okay, Marty, but so
that was my point. I was like, they lost to the Titans.
You have to still say that
When
they lost to the
They
Titans.
lost
to
in
lose the game.
overtime. The Bears
To the Titans.
Okay, the Bears had a
I'm
miraculous
not
win against the
comparing
Titans.
them. I'm comparing like Jaden. You're saying he's better than Jaden Daniels already. Is what I'm saying. Is
Bears
where you
couldn't score an
can't say
offensive
that.
point versus the Titans.
I personally think, like, yeah, Drake May, I think that wasn't like his greatest game, but he still made a fucking winning play to force the game in overtime.
That interception he threw to T.J. Edwards was horrible.
He's a rookie, though. I don't want to defend a Patriot.
But he also
believe me,
won. He
but-
also
Jaden
got
Daniels
them
is
in
better
that
than
spot.
him, right?
Yes, he is, of course.
Like,
Yes.
but he's not wrong that Drake May is really good, though.
yeah, like
No,
there was
no one's
that,
saying
But
that.
we're all
touchdown
saying
pass.
he's really good.
Eddie, that touchdown pass.
Words like amazing,
That
best
should have been
quarterback.
touchdown pass to
like-
KJ Osborne was miraculous.
Can you just
That was
admit right now
unbelievable.
Jaden Daniels is better than Drake May?
I
Right this
will
second.
not. I will not. This is
come
the guy.
That's just football.
We're gonna look up and be like, this is crazy. This was even an
Cougar
argument. in
10,
5
that's
years.
crazy.
I
Say
get.
it.
You know what? I get that it's crazy. They called Oppenheimer crazy. I am crazy.
Oh my God. Oppenheimer.
I am
Kevin
crazy.
McDougal
They told
You know
Einstein he was
what?
crazy.
You know what? If you want like a safe, yeah, sure. Jaden's got the stats.
Safe?
He's
No,
got the
it's what we're
record.
looking
Sure,
at.
he's better right now. Who would I rather buy stock on? I'm buying fucking Apple 1980. I'm buying Drake fucking May right now.
I mean, the Commanders.
you put Drake
the
May on the
Commanders
fucking
don't have
Commanders?
the Commanders definitely have better options. They're not have the best options in the world.
He's got fucking Terry McLaurin.
Okay, and that's like what else?
That's it.
You're acting like he's got so many great
that's a great
guys.
number one.
Terry McLaurin's like
That's a
the most-
great
I
number one.
love Terry.
He's
I'm
arguably a top 5 receiver in the
I think he's the
NFL.
most.
See, let's not say top. Like this is where
Five
Duke's- come on,
receiver?
man. I love Terry. Let's not
That
do
is
top
Bruce
five.
Sardin.
And I love
Let's not do top
McLaurin.
five. Let's not. I love
Top
Terry.
five. I can name fucking so fast 5 better.
I might be able to name
receivers
like
than him.
15.
I think
could
he's
do
the most
15
underrated
too.
receiver.
No, he's top
Underrated.
15. He's
Fair.
top like 15, 20 for
That's
sure.
fair. Very underrated.
I think he's 20. Dukes.
Sure,
Top-
I mean,
top
I think
five
he's very
was-
fucking
Best.
good. That's the point. He's
Very
a number one
good. He's very
receiver.
good. Not
I would
top
do
five.
anything for a
He's
Terry McLaurin
clear
on my
number
team.
one, no doubt.
When we get T. Higgins next year, I don't want you guys on my side. Don't switch it up.
No, but don't do
no
this.
switching up. No switching up.
But you're just using big words like everyone. I've been saying for a week. I said from the first start how good he looked against Texas. I said he looked good. But you're just saying crazy. Like you're saying he's going to be like you're already putting
Somehow
Tom Brady
he's underrated
on him.
now.
You're already
Somehow
saying Tom Brady.
Cougarton.
No.
Listen, no
You're
one.
saying it's buying Apple stock in 1980. That's saying you're buying in on Tom Brady. You're telling me he's going to win multiple titles. You're saying things like that.
Yes.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
I love the optimism.
I'm going to be
I love
honest.
that he's standing
Can
on
I-
business.
and I
love
will
this.
say this: the only reason Drake May might not win multiple titles is because that fucking idiot head coach. The best thing that would happen is fire him this year.
That's not going to happen.
well, I mean, if Trod Mayo
Yes.
stays around for 15 years, that would probably mean good things happened.
That's true.
Yeah. Or depressing. Fucking, we have an
What were you gonna say,
egomaniac
Eddie?
running the team.
Nothing. We're good. Are you guys still going?
We can go as long as we want. It's just more. You look sad.
You look sad.
Yeah, it sucks. I know. I didn't even bring it up too. We had the options. We could have hired Harbaugh. We could have hired Vrabel. I mean, I wouldn't want to go down the Belichick road, but like, you could have done all that.
Harbaugh is the one that I think was realistic. Right, as Vrabel was a weird. I don't know what that was about, but Harbaugh was
wanted him to.
Harbaugh was open for everybody. No one took
Harbaugh wanted in the NFL bad like 2 years ago,
but no one took Vrabel.
Actually, even earlier than that too, he wanted out. And
but Harbaugh was there for the taking, and
he played quarterback for the Bears. He said the Bears was his dream job.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to tell you guys when it's like, why don't you look at the quarterback? It's like our ownership is so bad. I know.
What happens when she dies? I know she's very old, but
that's the burning question.
Okay.
Is because
102 or something.
All the shares get moved around and nobody really knows.
It's just from afar. I know what you mean by the ownership, but from afar you see they actually tried this year. There's pieces coming together on the defensive side, offensive side. But I get what you mean.
Yeah, but you guys know when you reset, you got to reset. This is 3 times in a row now. We bring in Mitch. We give him 1 year of John Fox. We fire him, and then you get him a new system in Nagy. That's not setting someone up to succeed. You draft Fields. You give him 1 year of Nagy, and then you give him Eberflus, and then that fizzles out. Why do we keep this guy again? He's going to get 1 year of Eberflus.
Should have let a new coach, Caleb,
exactly.
and do it his way.
And there's still videos of me saying the same shit from January 10th when they announced that they're retaining him. So I'm standing by that. It's 10 months ago. And I understand it seems like we're blocking for this guy, and we're trying to block it all out for him, but it's there's bigger fish to fry.
Is Nagy winning Super Bowls upset you?
A
little bit.
No,
a little bit.
He's the coordinator. It shouldn't.
No, here's the thing.
He was your head coach. He was awful, and he wins the Super Bowl. And obviously, it's because of Patrick Mahomes and Reed, but still.
Here's the thing that I was told. When the Bears hired Nagy, I was told from a friend who was on staff with him at one point that Nagy's going to be an incredible coach, and he coached with Doug Peterson, and he's 10 times the coach Doug is. He's like, you're going to love this guy. He's going to bring the Bears to the Super Bowl. Excited, whatever. It fizzles out. I'm like, what happened? He's like, well, I think the big thing is that you have to be a special type of coach to be able to be a head coach and call plays at the same time. Mm-hmm. And he's just not that guy. And it's funny because Rivera was in the office last week, and I asked him, he's like, I think there is something to that. You got to be fucking Sean Payton. You have to be.
I think you have to have no life as well. You have to be this is your everything.
Yeah.
That's to do both is ridiculous.
It is. It's hard. You're completely.
Who does that complete? So you got Shanahan does that.
So Dable took it back this year. I think he was calling some plays when he had gave him up.
Yeah.
Kafka was calling him. I think Dable took back
Shanahan
play calling.
does it, right?
Does he?
I thought he did.
Yeah,
Shanahan does.
Shanahan calls plays. Shanahan calls plays.
Shanahan does. Shanahan does.
Does McDaniel call plays?
Yeah,
I believe
he probably
does
calls
too.
plays, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think who else calls.
LaFleur?
Does McVay? McVay does too, right?
Does McVay call the plays?
No.
I feel like he. I just feel like
LaFleur probably calls plays.
No,
LaFleur does.
Does he?
I would think LaFleur calls plays.
Regardless, I think you're right. I think
There's something to that.
It's definitely something to it.
You have to put so much into that where the rest of the shit could crumble because you don't got your eyes on it as closely.
Eberflus is gone at the end of the year, right? 100%?
I would guess so, yeah. Who do we hire? Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? All right, well, Eddie, thank you. We're going to end the show.
Who's your baseball teams? Oh, that's right.
Fuck you.
Can you please touch on Kyle Neptune really quick?
We did, didn't we?
No.
Who's the next Nova coach?
Literally, it could be you, Dukes. Anyone's better than Kyle Neptune.
All right, I'm down.
Anyone's better than him.
I'll put my hat in the ring.
One of the most
Who's the David
embarrassing
coach?
things ever.
Anthony Grant.
It could be Anthony Grant.
Don't you dare, Eddie. Don't you fucking dare.
Yeah,
Dayton
start putting that
alumni will
out
not
there.
leave.
Start putting it out there. That's embarrassing to Neptune. It's truly one of the most embarrassing things. If I'm Villanova, I fired him last night. I'm not even kidding. It's embarrassing.
So they're
1-2
not a top 2 team in their own city.
Lost to Columbia and St. Joe's.
Gotta do picks.
PFT is also saying already that he's worried Drake May is going to be the best quarterback in the draft.
Really?
I just saw a clip.
I'm on the Jason Tatum to get over 28 points, 28 or more points. It's -110. And it's, remember, King of the Court still available. And I'm riding with that caller. And I think Ev. Kent State plus 30.5. -108.
I'm St. John's -26.5. I am UConn -37.5. I'm Montana plus 25.5. And I'm going to go, what was that last one? Sorry. Last one was going to be VCU -16.5.
Oh yeah, we got we're on Kent State with the points.
Me too.
In the under.
Oh wait, which football?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Kent State basketball.
Oh, we're Kent State football.
I'm all action. We're action here. Kent State in the under. Eastern Michigan plus 11.5, and we got Akron catching 15. Akron I like a lot. I think Akron's going to keep this one close.
All right. Do you got any picks today?
Oh yeah, and how about our?
I got VCU minus 16.5. St. John's minus 23.5. Dayton minus 16.5, of course. And then, which one did you say? You had one that I liked. Was it plus? Did you have any plus?
Yeah. 1 second.
I liked the sound of it.
All right. I like that. I gotta find it again.
My brain's just in a battle about who to pick for the college football playoff future. So
I'll tweet it out or something.
I'd like to talk to you about that later.
I think it might have been Montana. No, it wasn't that.
I
But
don't have juice.
I know there's not the value there, but
Notre Dame.
we're the favorites.
I know.
Favorites now. It's crazy.
And not enough juice.
You won't do Notre Dame to the Chiefs.
Honestly, I know what they're not. I've looked. Bama could be worth a look.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't ask Travis. Travis is. He'll talk to you about every team.